What a stupid question that is. What a stupid question. But I watch you a lot. You ask a lot of stupid questions.
Welcome to today's cable news craziness, where we take a look at some of the craziness that takes place on cable news. Today, MSNBC's John Heilman. He is very excited about Joe Biden. He believes he's done an absolutely amazing job already. The country is headed in the right direction, and watching all of this is like watching the superheroes in the Avengers come together to vanish Thanos and save America. Roll it.
The thing that was, to me, so striking about today was that kind of comforting sense, even with the masks, even with the distancing, even without the crowd, those shots inside Statuary Hall that we're familiar with, from every inauguration, the sight of the Clintons and the Bushes and the Obamas, the Avengers, sort of the Marvel superheroes back up there together, all in one place. Well, with their friend Joe Biden, all of them, I think, feeling like that all of them sharing that same view that a lot of Americans had, which is that, we did narrowly avert catastrophe in America, and that they were all there to kind of to buttress their buddy Joe Biden and see him in some ways as the natural and necessary corrective to what's been going on. And I think the things, you said soaring a second ago about the speech. I agree. There was a lot about the speech. It was soaring. It may have been the best speech Joe Biden's ever given. It was certainly, I would argue, the most important in the sense that it was not a political speech at all. It was a speech that had a much higher purpose than that. And I don't want to go overboard and compare it to Lincoln's second inaugural, but aspirationally, that's where it wanted to live.
Wait a second, guys. I thought the Trump supporters were the ones that were in a cult. At least that's what we've been told over and over and over again. But it actually appears that our friends in the media are in a cult. They're all saying the exact same thing over and over and over again. And Heilman is here talking about Abraham Lincoln's second inaugural, when he was dealing with real serious issues where the nation was actually ripped apart. Not a bunch of yokels and idiots who decided to try to crash the Capitol to stop an electoral vote certification. Not downplaying what they did. Those people are scum. They should be arrested. They should be jailed. Throw away the key for all I care. I've got no love for them. But let's not pretend that they represent anything except for the dumbest and smallest segment of our society that has been completely marginalized, self-marginalized at this point. Let's be real about it. That's not your average Trump supporter. And the problem with what Joe Biden did here is he took people that don't agree with them and lumped them in with them. And on top of that, he referred to all of them as white supremacists, as the media has done over and over and over again, thus calling all Trump supporters white supremacists. And that, of course, is not true. But when you're in a cult, like John Heilman is, the cult of Joe Biden, you have to remember that everyone who's not in your cult, they're the bad guys. And you got to demonize them as much as possible, even if it's not true. That's how you keep people in your cult. I mean, you may not agree with what's going on in the cult, but you're not a white supremacist, are you? No, of course not. So I guess you just have to stay in the cult. So don't give me this stuff about the Trump supporters being in a cult when this is what we're going to get from you guys for the next 3+ years. Oh my God, it's almost 4 years actually. So yeah, so that's what we're going to get for the next 4 years. Listen, also this Avengers reference, no, stop. Enough of this. I understand this is the only superhero movie you guys have ever seen, and you absolutely love it. But every time a group of people you like get together, that's not the Avengers assembling. It's just not. George W. Bush is part of this, by the way. You guys hated George W. Bush. He was a stupid Nazi warmonger. And now he is a member of the Avengers? That just goes to show you how fake and phony the criticism of George W. Bush was. That doesn't make him look good. It makes you guys look bad. George W. Bush has always been a good guy. And you guys act like you hated him. And he couldn't be trusted. It's kind of like John McCain and Mitt Romney. Basically, anyone that did not come out against Donald Trump is a bad guy. Anyone that did, he has now been rehabbed and is a hero. It's so incredibly transparent. Stop with the Avengers stuff. Can we just have a president who's doing his job and we criticize him as he does his job? Do we really need to put these people on pedestals like this and act like they can't be criticized? They can be criticized. Joe Biden's already made tons of mistakes. He signed something that says, hey, you got to wear a mask on federal property, and then immediately is seen on federal property without a mask. What'd you think was going to happen? Of course he was going to be criticized, and he should be criticized. Now he's throwing up his hands and saying, look, the virus is going to do what the virus is going to do over the next couple of months. That's amazing. He's just throwing up his hands. 8 months ago, he was saying, I have a plan for this. And now he's saying it doesn't matter what we do. If Donald Trump said that, people would lose their mind. And you're going to see very little on that. And I know I'm a little off topic here, but this is just cult-like behavior out of our friends in the media. And when you start talking about the Avengers and Abraham Lincoln and how Joe Biden is just this exciting character, I got to believe you're in a cult. I'm sorry. It just doesn't make any sense any other way. And the fact that the media is all, again, saying the same thing over and over and over again about how fantastic Joe Biden is, how great his speech was, how great his inaugural was. Come on, guys. It was 23 minutes. And in that speech, he declared half of America unacceptable, implied they were white supremacists or at least white supremacist supporters. Stop this. You don't have to do this. You can be critical, but if you're not going to be, you're going to continue being on cable news craziness. That's how it's going to work. So come on back tomorrow. Like, subscribe, follow, leave a comment, and we'll see you then.
I'm Lacey Dyer, and we're at Supreme Lending in Huntsville, Alabama. I'm the branch manager, and I have been in the real estate market for 8 years. We're about service, we're about taking care of our clients, and we're here for you as a guest. Our office is all about the customer experience. Whether you're a veteran or a first-time home buyer or this is your fifth home, we look forward to serving you.